Hi, I'm the Shui. For this project, I worked as the audio lead, taking full ownership of both sound design and audio implementation. I designed all of the sound effects, built the interactive audio systems, and implemented everything in Unity using Wwise. Next, let me walk you through the techniques I used in this 2D puzzle game and show you how I approached the sound design and implementation behind each system. First, let's take a look at my footstep system using switch function. Because this game is a cozy, cute style 2D game, I wanted the movement sounds to match that playful personality. Instead of triggering footstep by checking what material the player is standing on, I designed the system so each of the hamster's forms has its own unique set of footsteps. Since the hamster constantly changes shape throughout the game, the footstep system also needed to update in real time. To achieve this, I use Wwise switches to manage all the different movement states. In Wwise, I created a switch group with 5 footstep categories, one for each of the hamster's forms. Then in Unity, I wrote a C# switch function that updates the Wwise switch whenever the player transforms, so the correct set of footstep is always triggered at the right moment. For the footstep sound design, the normal form uses a soft, gentle footstep, which is I use a marimba tone to design. Here's how it sounds like in the game. After swallowing the triangle pizza, the footstep gets a small creaky twist layered on top. Here's a quick example. And for the square waffle form, the steps feel a bit heavier, so I use a cello to design that footstep. Let me play that version. For the rolling ball shape, after swallowing the circle foods like a donut or tomato, I took a different approach. Instead of one-shot footsteps, I designed a looping rolling sound that fades in when the player moves and fades out when they stop. Here's how it sounds like. The game also includes a floating mode. When the hamster attaches to a platform, the system plays a tiny hamster sound instead of footsteps. It's a simple cue, but it keeps the movement fun and expressive. Here's what it sounds like in the game. Each category is built with a random container and pitch variation to keep the footstep lively and natural. To make sure every footstep lines up perfectly with the animation, I manually added animation events to each movement animation for every form. Each time a foot hits the ground, the animation events post the corresponding Wwise event, so the visuals and audio stay tightly synchronized no matter which shape the player is in. Overall, every footstep set was crafted not just to match the mechanics, but to reinforce the game's cute and playful authentic, giving each form its own audio personality that players can instantly recognize. For the food interaction system, I focused on making each stage clear through audio. When the hamster swallows or spits out food, Unity triggers a simple one-shot sound for immediate feedback. After the hamster has swallowed something, the player can convert it into ammo by holding the R key. I wrote a C# script that checks the food state and how long the key is held. Here's the basic logic. When the player holds R, a transmission loop starts. If they release the key early, the loop fades out smoothly. If they hold it long enough, the loop stops on its own and a short vocal cue plays to confirm the conversation. For the platform audio system, I focused on landing cues, movement loops, and the fragile platform behavior controlled by an RTPC. Landing uses a small, simple randomized sound. For moving platforms, I set up simple start and stop events so Unity can trigger the loop exactly when the animation begins or ends. The fragile platform is the main feature. In Unity, I check the player weight. If the platform is under stress, a warning loop starts and is driven by an RTPC called platform health. As the volume goes down, the warning gets louder and higher in pitch, so the danger level is clear through audio alone. If the player steps off, the loop stops immediately and the RTPC value is saved. When they step back on, the warning continues from the correct point. If the stress reaches the breaking limit, the warning ends and a destruction sound plays with randomized variation. By using RTPC control in this system, the platform audio reacts naturally to gameplay and clearly communicates the platform's condition in real time. I also use the state function tied to the overall game state. When the player is active actively playing, the game stays in the normal state and the music plays normally. Once the player pauses the game, the state switches to pause. This automatically applies some low-pass filter effect to everything routed through the music bus. UI sounds are not affected, but all music tracks follow the state behavior. This makes the pause transition very clean and easy to manage through a single global state, and make it very unique. For the mixing system, which is dynamic mixing, I organize all audio into music bus, player bus, UI bus, objects bus, and a wheel bus. Lets me control each group independently. Whenever player sound, UI sound, voice sound occur, Wwise automatically ducks the music so important cues stay clear. I tune the fade times to keep the ducking smooth. In the main menu, hovering over a button triggers a small wheel spin sound. Unity posts simple play and stop events. For level transitions, when the player reaches the exit, a celebration sound plays and a global stop. All events phase out the sense audio. This keeps transition clean and prevents any leftover sounds from carrying into the next level. That's everything for this video. These examples cover several core audio features in this small game, including switch functions, state control, dynamic mixing, RTPC behavior, and the footstep system. If you have any thoughts, feel free to let me know. I'll also be sharing more content soon, including Unreal and MetaSound workflow. Thanks for watching.